We need to improve. Another kind of teacher. We need to improve. Abolishing ignorance is what I'm looking forward to.
On World Teachers' Day, we pay tribute to the teachers who have their daily work in primary schools under the most challenging conditions.
I was dreaming to become a teacher. Even when I was young, I was sometimes pretending to teach my siblings and the other young ones as a teacher. So it was my dream.
Yeah, I wanted to be a teacher so that I should be part and the parcel of those few teachers who are teaching Malawian children here in Malawi.
I became a teacher just because I wanted to change the performance of learners at my village.
I decided to join the teaching profession simply because I wanted to assist the learners in schools. As I was assisted sometime way back by my teachers, look today, I'm now a teacher. I've find something to do in my life, so I just wanted to do the same thing.
Quality education to all is one of the SDGs to be reached before 2030. With 10 years to go, it is necessary to recognize that it is an enormous challenge, especially in Southern Africa, where several countries experience slow progress. It is not just about getting children to school, it is about how the children get useful knowledge and skills, how they build their understanding of life and world, and how they take action and become part of making the necessary changes in their lives and their communities. Malawi has taken great strides since the introduction of universal and free primary education in 1994, but there is still a long way to go. Getting teachers trained for the reality in which they work and getting teachers organized together to create an active and fruitful school life for their students are necessary elements to achieve the SDG 4. Only 35% of children in Malawi complete primary school. With around 4.6 million students enrolled in schools throughout Malawi, only 8% of them complete secondary school. In first grade, the teacher-to-student ratio is 1:130, while the ratio decreases as the grade level increases. Malawi faces one of the world's worst teacher shortages. DAPP Malawi operates 4 teacher training colleges in cooperation with the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology to train teachers who are capable of and willing to work under challenging conditions in rural Malawi.
The colleges in Malawi for DAPP are unique in the sense that the program itself is hands-on. A student teacher feels to be part of the training itself. You are taking as a driver, you are seated on the driver's seat and you see the demands and you see the goals and you are part of creating that particular education which you want, the things that you want to learn. You are taken on board on those things. In particular, I can say that apart from the stuff which you need to learn, there is also much more that you need to experience your own. As you know that experience is a great teacher. When you experience the things, you feel that yes, I am part of creating this.
After graduation, some of the teachers work together to make the best possible school on the prevailing conditions. They organize in groups of 10 teachers who get together to plan and to discuss and find solutions to challenges.
400 Primary Schools program is a network of DAP graduated teachers, and this program has teachers who voluntarily joins with the aim of keeping on implementing whatever we have been learning at the DAP TTCs. We have teachers from all the DAPP TTCs in Malawi to implement whatever we have been doing at the college, so that we also influence other teachers through our actions. As 400 primary schools program, we have different methods that we are doing, but mostly we have a system we call trio system. Like on the chart up there, I have shown how I made my trios in this class, making the children working in threes. And in these three, you don't have a leader. Each child has a responsibility for his or her own trio, has a responsibility in finding out what the trio is supposed to do.
When having 100 plus children in a class, you have to build on the forces of the children to have any chance that they succeed. We organize the lessons so that the children can be active in trios and with defined tasks that they do together. We use the classroom and we use the world outside the classroom as source and place of learning.
We need to put learners in trios and then they work in clubs so that they should also be managers of their own education. Yes, as teachers, more especially teachers who are teaching in rural primary schools, we are facing a lot of challenges. Enrollment is also one of the largest challenges. We find that the teacher is teaching 1 to 100 students or learners, or 130. It's a challenge. But with this issue of putting them in trios, it's a bit simple because we are able to support them individually, and they also able to support one another in their trios. Because not only these trios work in class, but they also work in their homes. Because when you are organizing these trios, we also consider the geographical position of these learners so that they should continue supporting one another when they are in their homes. So that has also been one of the ways of trying to manage large classes. And it's manageable, I can assure you it's manageable now, the issue of trios and clubs.
It might look easy, but it is not. It has taken a lot of discussion, development of methods, trial and error, discussion also with other colleagues or parents who did not believe it possible to let their children work like this.
In ngati modzi wa school community timagwirapo ntchito bwino ndi aphunzitsi. Mwina mwachitsanzo chabe ndinganene kuti sikuti pamakhalanso udani wina uliwonse ndi aphunzitsi. Ifeyo ngati ndi anthu osangalala kwambiri pokhala nawo aphunzitsi ku sukulu yathu kuno chifukwa ndi chinthu chamwayi momoti timatha kungochokera pafupi tikakhala tili ndi zopinga zina zoti tiafunse timathandizika chifukwa kuti sukulu yathu ili pafupi, aziphunzitsi athunso ali pafupi, ndi zina mwa izo timatha kuafunsa iwo ngati aziphunzitsi zikativutapo zina zake timagwira nawo ntchito mwa ubwino mopandanso vuto lina lilonse.
We also do different activities outside outreach programs. We have these tree planting actions as a way of fighting for climate change and the global warming. We first teach them, give them a course. After that course, then we make some actions. We have done actions like making firewood saving stoves. We have done actions like supporting the elderly in the community as well as the sick, where we've done different actions like washing their clothes, supporting them with some little food, some money. But this comes from the students themselves, the learners themselves.
Now we are going in the community to see one of the elderly or the aged. The idea behind is to instill some knowledge or some good manners in these learners so that they should also have that passion to support the parents or the elderly in the community where they live.
Zimene zitakutithandiza ife kutenga mbali posamalira mazigogo osayang'ana mbali kuti uyu wachibale kapena nditaniyenera kusamalira aliyese komanso ndiyenera kusamalira aliyese chifukwa ndine nzika wa malemu.
How did the teachers get here? How did the students at DNS learn mutual respect, sticking together and not being afraid? What is it that DNS do to make it possible for men and women to work side by side, exercising equal respect?
There was another system where we are told that you are going to be put in co-groups, in fours, 2 males and 2 females. And this each and every co-group is going to have an area of responsibility. We are told that now you are to learn by yourself. We are going to give you the books, everything. As a co-group, you have to discuss and present to the lecturer for approval. It's when we were introduced to the system where we introduced that no, by learning yourself, by trying to help one another, you are building your capacity, you are able to be managers of your own education. So that when the lecturers are not there, you are able to learn. As we were approaching the examinations, writing the national examinations, our principal called us to say, I want to advise you one thing. You have been working as a team. You should so all pass as a team. So whosoever is behind, grab them by the hands, support them so that each one of you pass. Then we didn't sleep. We couldn't sleep. We could wake up at 12 a.m. trying to support those that were behind. After writing the national examinations, all of us passed. It was 100% pass.
The teachers trained at DAPP teachers training colleges are well received in the district. They are known for their engagement, persistence and cooperation both at school and in the community.
The DAP Teacher Training College, so it's our asset. Besides that, we have every year we receive graduates from these teacher training colleges. Maybe it could be Marika, Chilangoma, or others. When these teachers come, first benefit that these teachers are trained in such a way that they are very prepared to work even in the rural areas. We have that challenge when we send some teachers, they come in, they would want to work in towns. But most of the teachers coming from, we don't have problems with most of the teachers coming from DAP training institutions, because it's one of the components of their training to reach out to different communities. Further to that, the methodologies these teachers use are really there. They are really helpful because besides what they have in the syllabus, they are very creative. They come up with some methods. For example, they talk of spine methods, for just to give an example, where they put learners in threes. They call it trio methods. Those are some methods which were not, maybe might not have been learned. So we identify some of these teachers to be facilitators to others, to let others know. Even we have living examples where we use some teachers to facilitate on the primary education advisors or head teachers, so that they do that. So we are benefiting that one. These teachers, when they come from, they do some outreach visits, visiting the needy, maybe the aged and all that, which to some teachers not be easy to go into the village and maybe help out, sweep around, help the aged and all that. That is happening in most of graduates from DAP.
So yes, today I would like to send a very big greeting to all the primary school teachers in Malawi as well as elsewhere, and also to all the donors and partners, including partners in Malawi and outside, who have been part of supporting the development of the education sector in Malawi and our training of primary school teachers.
What I can say about the World Teachers Day is that it is very important to remember teachers in this world, because teachers are the most important people. They are the role models of these communities. They are the agent of change of our communities. So it is very important for each and every person to be where he is. Even a person, even a doctor, even a lawyer, he went through the hands of a teacher. So the teachers are supposed to be remembered in Africa on each and every year. So thank you.
investing in training teachers means equipping the experienced teachers with skills, values, attitudes, so that when they go out there, they should not be only the teachers of the classroom, but they should be the teachers of the whole community, so that they should remove the ignorance to the people and equip them with skills in order to develop our country. Thanks.